Bowhunt or Die is being brought to you by Matthews, Lost Camo, New Archery Products, Tinks, Lone Wolf Portable Tree Stands, Stealth Cam, Carbon Express, Hunter Safety System, Heartland Wildlife Institute, Moose Utility Division, Pine Ridge Archery, and the Can Cooker.
Gobble, gobble. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody, and welcome to another great episode of Bowhunt or Die. You know what? We're at the tail end of the rut. Our team has been really shooting some great bucks this year, Justin. Yeah. What do we got going on this week?
You know, we really have had a great rut this year. Now,
Definitely.
Our team shot a lot of great bucks. You know, unfortunately, I'm not included in that mix, but, you know, there's still plenty of hunting left. You know, with it being Thanksgiving week, the rut is kind of on the downward slide right now, you know, but I really think that a lot of the bigger bucks are starting to expand their areas a little bit, maybe look for some of those last hot does that are out there. So there is some still, you know, really good hunting ahead of us. But, you know, for this week, Todd, we've got two great hunts.
Great hunts.
We've got Troy Spolum here in Illinois. You know, he's a new staff member for this year.
Yeah, I love Troy, man. He's been doing a great job.
Yeah, I mean, he does a really great job, shoots a beautiful buck. And then we've got Johnny Herrmann, you know, who second year in a row, getting it done down there in Central Illinois.
It's the afternoon of November 3rd. I just got settled in the stand. It's about 2 o'clock, so I got out here a little bit earlier because of the action this morning. So I'm excited. If you notice, got a little gray face paint on the old mustache and goatee. I'm trying to be an old wise man to fool the old wise buck. Yeah, I'm reaching, but I'm having fun with it. If you ain't having fun when you're out bow hunting, you better reevaluate, because that's what this is all about. So I think that was the deer from this morning. He came right out of the same spot and ran straight across the field to one of the stands I was debating. But this morning he did that exact same thing, and not 15 minutes later he came walking right past this stand. So it's only been 5 minutes. I'm hoping he does the same thing. Call that deer Rocky. He's missing one brow tine. That's how I was able to identify him. Couldn't bring myself to take that shot. And I'm still new at this. Never taken a buck on film. And never self-filmed a kill other than a coyote. It's not easy. That's exciting. Whew. Bowhunt or Die. So, he's not the biggest buck in the woods, but all that excitement, I couldn't take it any longer. Oh man, I think drop yourself right in front of me. I can't help it. Oh. I don't know what else to say. Bow or die. So I'm back at the truck, taking off my camo. I got waiting for the cavalry to arrive. The one thing that I gotta wait for is those guys, cause I'm colorblind and only a red-green deficiency, which doesn't do a whole lot of good for tracking blood. There is the arrow. And look at that. Complete pass-through. Look at the kill zone damage. Going all over this. Now, what's that? Hey, and there we go. Walked right up to him. There he is. I'm pretty sure that looks a lot like Rocky, doesn't it? I think it's him. Give me a perfect shot the second time around. Just could not pass up. This is the buck I shot last night. We call him Rocky. We've got him on some trail cameras this year. This is the first year we've hunted this property in Northwest Illinois. He's got a little more history to that. Actually, this deer 2 weeks prior, my cousin was able to get a shot on him, but unfortunately it wasn't a good shot, and he ended up hitting him right here, giving him a little flesh wound. Fortunately, 2 days later, we got him back on trail cameras running around. So he made the mistake of coming by my stand twice yesterday, once at 40 yards and once at 12. And that second time I sent the kill zone and double lunged him. So it was a perfect experience. Had bucks run around all day yesterday. It was nice to take the bruiser of the bunch, and I'm excited. This is my first deer on his self-film. So it's a perfect way to start the 2012 season and a great way to start the rut. Now hopefully Tim and I can get another one down on the ground.
Troy's hunt, there's a lot of firsts here. This is actually the first year that Troy is hunting this farm, and this is the first buck that he's harvested on film while self-filming himself. And you know what? I absolutely compliment Troy for not taking that 40-yard shot. That buck was broadside, and a lot of people would let an arrow fly in a buck like that. And I'll tell you what, he was rewarded by getting a 16-yard shot at that buck only about a half an hour later. What an incredible deer, and I can't wait to see some of the future footage that these guys are going to bring in. Now, as far as John Herrmann goes, he was very successful in Southern Illinois last year. Let's see how he does this year.
Brr. Hey kids, happy Halloween! 5:30 a.m. and it's chilly in Knox County, Illinois, baby. It is probably 25 degrees. Supposed to be some wind, but I'm down in the bottom, so I can't really feel it yet. So she's gonna be frosty on the pumpkin. We're gonna have to dress warm. I'm gonna get my stand way early. I'm gonna go into that stand where I shot that 9-pointer. Northeast corner of this property. There was some deer up there last night. I'm pretty jacked up. Gonna do some tinks, gonna do some rattling. Gonna get it done this morning to get it on. Come on, big bucks. It's just breaking light. I've been in the tree for over an hour now. It's a small piece of woods up here, and I try to get in here without bumping a bunch of deer. Try to beat them in here, basically. And I think I accomplished that feat this morning. I got a big Tinks scent deal going on here. I've got a Tinks 69 drag trail coming from that scrape that all these bucks work to the south and east of me here, up around my tree and upwind of me. So I've got the actual drag rope hanging in a tree upwind of me here in a shooting lane. Then I've also got some natural attraction, some synthetic buck lure, and some trophy lure right in the spot where I shot my buck last year. So I'm gonna actually do a rattling sequence here shortly, and I'm hoping that these bucks are gonna circle downwind of me down this hill here, try to get a whiff of what's going on up here, and they're gonna get a whiff of a whole lot of nice tink stuff. Come right up the hill and get their get the kill zone treatment. So let's try to make it happen this morning. Hey, that was some pretty cool stuff right there. I can't be letting out any more whoops or anything yet. That buck is pretty sure just laying in that same gully that my 9-pointer died in last year. Man, oh, I thought I heart punched him. Man, it was just a cherry picker 15-yard shot. But when I went back, I looked at the footage. His leg was way back. I don't know what I was thinking. It's like all I got to do is let him take that extra step. I mean, I hit him exactly where I wanted to hit him. It's just that I just didn't realize that leg was back. So he's going down, but it might take a little bit. So man, oh man, what a great hunt. Bow hunt or die, baby, bow hunt or die. Well, it's 12:30. Went back to the farmhouse, hooked the camera up to the big TV, and took a good look at the footage. Obviously, in hunting, there's no do-overs, so it is what it is. I would have liked to hit that buck a little bit higher, but I didn't. Went over it with a bunch of the Prostaff guys that know more about this stuff than I do, so everybody seemed to be in a consensus that that's going to be a dead buck laying up there in that gully, and we just needed to give them enough time just to make sure. So I tell you what, people, that kill zone opened this big boy up. I'm colorblind and I can still follow this blood trail. And now it's official. Big buck down, baby. Yes! Let's go take a look at him. Well, I got him. It's Halloween, October 31st. I'm down in Knox County, Illinois, and I got her done again. Shot this beautiful 11-pointer this morning. He's a 3-year-old. Came into a rattling sequence and some tink scents, and circled around downwind, came right in. I got some awesome footage of him, and the kill zone put some serious hurt to him. I got some awesome video of him. I know he's not the biggest buck in the woods up here, but I'm real proud of him. A solid 3-year-old for Illinois here. So we're gonna get this guy taken care of today, I'm gonna head back up to northern Wisconsin, and we're gonna try to get it done up there. So stay tuned. Bow hunt or die.
Well, once again, Johnny Herrmann gets it done here in Illinois. You know, every year when Johnny comes down from Wisconsin, he usually comes down in late October, which is the perfect time to use scents. Johnny loves to use Tink 69, hunt over those scrapes. Obviously it works because it's paid off for him 2 years in a row. Congratulations, Johnny, that was a great buck. Now next up, we're gonna check in with 2 other team members, Franki Clark and Trevor Olson, and see how they've been doing.
Well, it's October 30th. The wind is kind of doing some weird things this morning. It's supposed to blow all day real hard. But this morning it's just kind of, it blows and it quits. And when it quits, I sent backdrafts up this holler, which isn't really that good. But we just saw a nice 2.5-year-old cruising. Hopefully we get one of the bigger deer that we got in here come by maybe, I don't know. Rough morning. Matt. Matt. That's the way it goes when you're hunting fair chase whitetail. With the camera.
November 1st. Got up here in the stand. I'm actually surprised. The wind is actually blowing perfect. I stuck a Tink scent bomb with Tink 69 to try to cover up that scent more at my ground level here. And then I also activated my scent dripper I had out here before. I brought a bottle along and I just filled it up with some power scrapes. So kicked the dirt around a little bit, got that scrape reactivated. From my standpoint, we're gonna sit tight and hopefully we see something. I started filming a couple of little doe down here, then heard something snap right in front of me. It was like 20 yards already, and I could see white, some tines just barely creeping through the brush here. And he took his time, and it looked like he was heading up this way. So I just patiently waited and waited, got the camera ready. All the while I had to pay attention to this little doe out here in the field. Well, he did present a shot. No more than 20 yards away. I guess that's part of filming and hunting together, you know. He got me moving the camera. I was ready to draw. He just moved the camera. I was ready to draw. He looked up in the tree. The wind is literally blowing right at him. I have 2 more days to hunt. Then I'm back to work for a few more days, so let's see what November 2nd will bring. It is November the 2nd. And last night I had a good encounter, and truthfully should have killed. Sitting over a cornfield is right in front of us. We're actually about 200 yards from where we were last night on the other edge of this field. I brought my decoy with me today. Got some Tink 69 out. It's that time of year. popped up at the edge of this cornfield. And honestly, I thought he blended in with the corn. It happened so fast, but... Oh. Well, I'm gonna have to go down and put the decoy back up. Hopefully it isn't broken.
You know, bow hunting is a game of inches, and both of these guys were extremely close to getting an arrow in this deer and filling their tags. They just couldn't pull it off. You know, the common thread between both of those hunts is that these guys probably could have been able to get a shot at those deer and maybe fill their tags if they weren't committed to getting it on film. You know, that's all part of being on the team, being part of Bow Hunt or Die. You gotta be committed to getting those shots on film. And I commend both of those guys for having the patience to hold off and not take those shots. You know, as for Trevor's hunt, that is some of the best decoy footage I've ever seen. You know, we all dream of when you use a decoy, having that deer come in, do exactly what that deer did. Unfortunately, he just wasn't able to get a shot at him.
As always, we want to take a few minutes to thank the people who have taken the time to submit their trophy photos to our website. Nate Wengard, Roscoe Brickle, Thomas Ash, Blake Lamb, Mitch Kashoop. Well, those are some great photos. If you'd like to see yourself here on one of our episodes of Bow Hunt or Die, go to our website, bowhunting.com. In the upper right-hand corner is a button to submit your photo.
Well, guys, that's all the hunting action we've got for this week's show. Now, you're definitely going to want to check back next week. We've actually got Todd's second buck of the year. Shoots another 160-inch giant up in Wisconsin with his brand new Matthews Creed. And we've also got Tyler Rector next week shooting a great buck here in Illinois.
And, you know, and Justin, before we end, let's talk about a couple of tips that people can key on to. You know, people are always asking us what kind of things that we're doing to try to better our odds, you know. And here's a couple tips for you guys. Number one, if you have food plots and you're running trail cameras, take them off your regular mode and put them on time-lapse mode. Sometimes those deer are going to come out in a certain area and they may not trigger your camera. Go to time-lapse mode if you have that setting on your trail camera. Yep. Some of the stealth cams have that option, and I'm telling you right now, you just never know when you get, when those cameras take a photo, you may pick up deer in the area, and it's going to tell you where and what areas they're eating. Another big deal. This is the time of the year that we've talked about it. Justin and his friend Mike, I mean, these guys have property 2 miles from each other, and it amazes me how often these guys get photos of the same buck 2 miles apart. You never know what buck is going to come floating in your area at this time of the year.
The bigger bucks, I think, expand their home ranges a little bit towards the tail end of the rut. They're really looking for those last couple does to breed. So, I mean, guys, I'm telling you, you got to stay persistent. You know, I haven't put my tag on a buck yet this year. Normally, I'd be a little bit depressed by that, but I mean, I tell you what, I'm even more motivated.
He is depressed.
I am not. I am motivated to try to go out and get one of these deer. I mean, it only takes a couple seconds to change what is a horrible season into a great season. So definitely stick with it. The bucks are still on their feet. They're still moving. There's still time left. So like I said, check back next week right here in Bow Hunt or Die. We got 2 more great bow hunts for you, and good luck to everybody out there still hunting.
In the meantime, don't forget to check out facebook.com/bowhunting for daily updates, news, photos, and other exciting information. We want to hear your opinions and your stories, so join us now and like us on Facebook. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, action.
Welcome to another exciting BowHunting.com show. I'm Craig Raffin, and alongside me is Katie Alexander. I can't wait to go bow hunting.
Boom, not bad. Not bad. You guys are, I mean, that's pretty good.